Yeah.
Time for What's your nationality? So your father's where? Where's your father? Barbados, right? So this image taught you that you was from the West Indies, right?
Right.
But God says you are not from the West Indies, Michaela. You are from the nation of Israel.
That's right.
Watch this, Deuteronomy 28:15. We're going to show you something, Michaela. Now that you know that this image is false, it's not in the Bible. The image that's in the Bible is more like this. A black man with white woolly hair, with red eyes. That's what Christ looked like. Christ don't look like this. Christ don't look like this. That's a lie. Read.
Right. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is a prophecy saying if you don't hearken to God's laws, Michaela, something's going to happen. This is Moses speaking to the Israelites. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
If you don't keep his commandments, Michaela, read.
And his statutes,
come on,
which I command thee this day, that all these curses, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God says there's a specific people that is cursed. Would you agree? No? You don't believe you're cursed? Watch this. Verse 45.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee until thou be destroyed.
God says all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So God says these curses shall be upon a specific people for a sign, Michaela. These curses was on you for a sign. Watch this, read.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder to make you realize, how come we keep getting shot down in the street? How come our people in the slavery? How come, how come that the prison cells are filled with black men? That's a wonder. It makes you think, right? It makes you wonder, hey, how come I can't keep a job? How come no matter what I do, I can't pay my rent? How come? Why are we shooting each other? That's a wonder. That's a wonder. Read.
And upon thy seed, forever.
How come the same thing that happened 400 years ago is still happening today? So the same thing that happened in his people's time is happening right now. I thought slavery was abolished. But how come it's still slavery today? Read.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God.
This is why, Sister Michaela. Read.
With joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
This is why. Because we did not serve God with joyfulness, gladness of heart. Read.
For the abundance of all things.
Read on.
Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Therefore, God says, you Israelites, you gonna serve your enemies.
That's right.
For breaking God's laws, for not keeping his Sabbaths, for not wearing your fringes, for being a whore.
That's right.
You're gonna serve your enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Come on.
In hunger.
In hunger, Sister Michaela. Whatever food store you want to go to, guess who owns those stores? Not our people. His people own those stores.
Right.
Your enemies. Read.
And in thirst.
In thirst. Read.
And in nakedness.
The clothes you got on your back came from your enemies.
That's right.
Read. Believe it or not. Read.
And in want of all things.
Sister Michaela, if you want anything, you want a birth certificate, you want a death certificate, you want a bachelor's degree, you want a PhD degree, guess what? You have to go to the enemies.
Right.
Read.
And he shall put a yoke of and he shall put a yoke of iron.
Michaela. Read it again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
You see this right here? Who did this happen to? Who was put yokes of iron upon their necks?
Look it up.
Sister, in the Barbados, did this not happen to your people? Did this not happen in the Barbados, in the West Indies since? Sister Michaela, this happened. This happened. This happened. I'm not talking about, I'm talking to you.
No, you said my people.
I'm talking to you, Michaela.
Do you know there's only one race?
I'm going to show you.
There's only one race. There's only one race.
Ask your question.
One race, the human race. You
I'm
guys
asking
bring
you a
combat
question.
boots.
question.
Militant
Come on.
bucks. You're wrong.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse
This is why
68.
I got a
this is why
theology
he's
degree.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
Egypt is slavery, bondage. Read.
again with ships.
Did it not happen to the so-called black man?
Right.
Did it not happen to the so-called Hispanic man?
Right.
Or the Israelites?
That's right.
Were you not brought into slavery on slave ships? That's in the Bible. That's prophesied in the Bible.
That's right.
Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Come on.
thou shalt see it no more again.
You say Barbados is your homeland. God says no. God says your homeland is Jerusalem.
That's right.
That was taken from you by who? Your enemies. Let me ask you something, sis. If they're not your enemies, right? Do friends take friends into slavery? Do friends go and steal other friends' children and then molest them? Does that happen? No. No, Sister Michaela. They are not your friends.
That's right.
Do friends go and steal your husband and then hang him on a tree and cut off his testicles?
Bring it up.
Do friends go and get a pregnant woman, cut her belly open, take out the child and stuff on his head?
Bring it up.
No! Those are your enemies!
That's right.
16.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Come on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Read.
And there,
When you get to Barbados, when you get to Haiti, when you get to South America, when you get to Jamaica, when you get to North America, read.
ye shall be sold.
Shall be what?
Sold
Read.
unto your enemies.
Unto your friends.
And to your enemies.
Unto your brothers.
Unto your
God
enemies.
says the people that bought your people off those ships are your enemies.
That's right.
I didn't say it. God said it.
That's right.
So yes, sister, you have enemies. You have enemies.
Bring it up.
If you didn't have enemies, sister, how come nobody never told you was an Israelite?
Bring it up.
How come the white man never comes and say, hey, you know what, sister? You know you're supposed to be above me. You know you're the greatest creation that God created. How come nobody never told you that?
Bring it up.
They don't want you to know. They're your enemies. Read.
For bond men
For slave man
and bond women.
slave woman. Get Romans 3:3, please. Get Romans 3:3. Don't listen. He walking on. Tell that brother to come here and bring some scriptures out.
Bring it up.
Bring some scriptures out. Romans 3:3. Come on. Read.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 3.
Read.
What if some did not believe?
God says, what if some did not believe? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Read.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Shall their unbelief cause all nations to be saved? No. Shall their unbelief cause all nations to make it? No.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you believe or not. What is written will happen.
That's right. God forbid.
God says, God forbid. Read.
Yea, let God be true.
Let the Bible, let God's words be true, Sister Michaela, because you have enemies. You are an Israelite.
That's right.
God's words are true. Read.
But every man
out there that's saying that you don't got no enemies. Every man that's saying that we equal. Every woman that's out here saying that, hey, don't listen to them niggas. Read.
but every man a liar.
God says every man is a liar.
That's right.
That's why his words are true, sis. What we show you is that you are greater than what they teaching you.
Right.
Joel 2:27.
Bring it up.
What we show y'all is that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true kings and princes of the earth.
That's right.
Sister Michaela. Sister Michaela. Listen, sis. You are not Bahamian. You are not average. You are not average, sister. You are special. You are special. You're not average. You're not an ordinary woman. Read that. Watch this. Joel 2:27. Watch this, sister.
The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse
This is what you
27.
understand, Sis Michaela. There's people out there that don't want you to know your true identity. They don't want you to know that your heritage means more than anybody else's heritage on the earth.
That's right.
They don't want you to know that.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel,
God says he's in the midst of the Israelites.
and that I am the Lord your
He
God,
says he's your God. Watch this.
and none else.
And who?
And none else.
That's what
right.
Guess what, sister? God is a racist.
That's right.
He says he's only the God of Israel.
That's right.
Did we not just read that? Psalms 83. Watch this. We're going to show you got enemies today. You're going to learn that you got enemies, sister.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Enemies that's trying to destroy you. Psalms 83. Come on.
Psalms 83, verse 1. Come on. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Come on.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Oh, God. Read.
For lo, thine enemies,
You telling me God has enemies?
For lo, thine enemies.
Guess what, sister? If God has enemies, his people have enemies.
That's right.
Read.
Make a tumult, and they that hate thee.
There's people that hate God, Sis Michaela. It's in the Bible. It says, and they that hate thee, come on.
Have lifted up the head.
Read.
They have taken
Sister
crafty.
Michaela, listen.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Sister Michaela, these other nations have taken crafty counsel against you. Read.
And consulted against thine hidden ones.
Come on.
They have said,
What they say?
come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
They say, come. Let's call them Bahamian.
Right.
Let's call them Haitian.
Right.
Let's call them Jamaican.
Right.
Those are your enemies.
That's right.
Your enemies don't want you to know who you are.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.